Knowledge is accompanied by action, thus, he who knows acts in accordance with it. Knowledge is called through action, thus, if called it responds, and if left uncalled it leaves. Indeed, Allah the Glorified has placed a reward for his obedience, and punishment for disobedience of him in order to drive his servants from the fire of hell and to encourage them to paradise. Indeed, truth is heavy and wholesome, while falsehood is light and infectious. Greed encompasses every undesirable trait and is a bridle by which the possessor of it is led to every evil. He who seeks a thing attains it or a part of it. That good is not good after which lies the fire of hell. That evil is not evil after which there is paradise. Every 14 bounty other than paradise is inconsiderable, and every misfortune other than the fire of hell is a form of well-being. Abstain from the world, and Allah shall grant you an insight of its defects. Do not become hiddlespeckers, or you are not forgotten. Speak, and you shall be known, for a man is hidden beneath his tongue. Take from this world what comes to you, and refrain from that which turns away from you, and if you cannot do this, then seek it in the best of manner. Many a statement is more penetrative than an assault. Proximity to people in their morals is safety from their calamities. How wonderful is the humility of the rich toward the poor, in order to gain that which is with Allah, and better still is the self-esteem of the poor in rejecting the aid of the rich and relying upon Allah. The heart is the book of insight. A pious man is the prince of sound morals. Do not restrict your words to a person who allows you to speak, nor address eloquently one who restricts you from speaking. Forbearance is comparable to one's clan, as regards the duty of aiding it against adversaries. It is sufficient for you that your intellect discerns your good actions from your errors. He who rectifies his personal affairs, Allah puts right in his public affairs. He who restores the matters of his faith, 15 Allah will restore the matters of his world. He who makes his relationship with Allah, then Allah will make better his relationship with the creatures. Patience is a concealing, and the intellect is a cutting sword. Therefore, cover your moral defects with patience, and sever your desires through your intellect. It does not befit a servant of Allah to rely upon well-being and affluence. He who complains of his needs to a believer, it is as if he has referred them to Allah, and he who complains of his needs to a disbeliever, it is as if he has complained against Allah. Regarding ID, he said, it is ID for one whose fasts have been accepted and whose prayers have been thanked by Allah. Every day in which Allah is not disobeyed is a day of ID. The greatest regret on the day of resurrection will be the regret of a man who's earned his wealth in the disobedience of Allah. Then he is inherited by a man who spends this wealth in the way of Allah and goes to heaven by it, while the first goes to hell by it. Sustenance is of two types, seeker and the sought for. The one who seeks to the world is sought by death until he is removed from this world. The one who seeks the hereafter is sought by the world until his share of this world is given to him. Be mindful of the ending of pleasures and the continuity of the consequences of the actions. Allah does not open the door of thanks, giving for his servants, then prevents from bestowing upon them greater blessings. He does not open the gates of supplication, then refuse to grant them. Allah does not allow access to repentance, then refuses to forgive. No settlement has a greater right upon you than another. The best place of residence is where you live. The one who engages in business without knowledge of its laws is inevitably dragged into usury. One who magnifies minor afflictions, Allah engulfs him in greater calamities. The burden of desires is lessened for one who gives dignity to his soul. No person makes the jest of another, but that a portion of his reason leaves him at that moment. Your abstention from the one who is teaches of you is a form of decrease in fortune, while your desire for the one who abstains from you is a form of humiliation. Two types of people will never be satiated: the seeker of knowledge and the seeker of this world. Clemency and patience are inextricably connected and are a result of great resolve. Slandering is the method of an incapable person. This world was created for other than itself, not for itself. May Allah bless a man who hears the truth and comprehends it, who is called to righteousness and advances to it, who restrains himself to guidance and finds salvation. Slaves of Allah, weigh your deeds before they are weighed. Take account of yourselves before you are made accountable. Remember Allah abundantly, for it is the best of remembrance. I admonish you, O slaves of Allah, with piety, for it is the best of provisions, and by it shall earn the hereafter. O people, no man, no matter how affluent, may see himself without need of his kinsfolk defending him with their hands and tongues. They are his greatest guardians, they are the best, in aiding him to mend his affairs. They are most sympathetic to him at times of calamity. O people, I fear for you most on account of two things: the pursuit of desires and prolonged expectations. The pursuit of desires becomes an impediment from the truth, while lengthy expectation causes the hereafter to be forgotten.